Has Lenny ever went out before?
Out?
Like, acting like on it?
No. It was Bubbles who did the first exploration, and I think he didn't like it out there, so he hasn't really tried since then. Is the temperature comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Ella, what are we working on?
The Gavotte.
Okay.
Okay.
You never sent me your recording of the Bruch, but
I can.
It must have been impactful if you got good scholarship. So.
I can try to send you it right now if you want.
Did you guys take any pictures last night at the concert?
I wanted to. Not do that. I wanted to, but I didn't.
Oh, because Ludmil was asking if anybody took pictures, and
No. I was going to. I was going to ask my mom, hey, can I use your phone?
And she didn't. She didn't let you.
Well, I didn't ask.
Oh, you didn't ask.
I was sort of in a problem with her, but we fixed it.
Yeah.
I will copy it. Oh, maybe.
Okay, we need to set the timer.
Okay.
So we basically have an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. Now, have you started listening to your Schubert?
No. Well, yes, I have, but I haven't done it much.
Okay. Now, Ellen, can you at the end of your lesson help me scan the music for fill file for the Britain? Because you have a good scanner. When you print stuff out from this, does it show that it shows the scan to cam scanner, or that's from me? That's from me. Yeah, that's from you. Okay. Your scanner does.
With mine, it does show that. It shows it as well.
Oh, it does.
It's
okay.
a little bigger too, so it doesn't really work that well. Maybe I can find one. I usually just wipe them out. It says
Oh. Yeah.
But on my thing that I use, I have white, and I can just.
So can we maybe edit that very quickly? Just to take that out so it would look clean and yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. If we can do that for the Britain, that would be amazing.
Okay.
So let's jump into the Bach.
Do you want me to use that? I don't need the music that much. I may not.
Well, I hope you don't need it at all. So let's see where we are.
I'm gonna put it on the stand in case I really need it.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably won't.
Good plan. Oh, and I left my other stands elsewhere.
I can put it.
No. No, you're good. You're good. So for honors recital, probably it would be best if you play not non-accompanied piece. So most likely Gavotte. Fiddle file honors.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like that.
Well, it's not given yet.
Okay.
Yeah. But that would be a very good piece for you to do. Yes. a lot of the things that I have asked you to fix, you have fixed. That's wonderful. Now, how can we make this piece brighter, more exciting, and just really fun to listen to?
I could add more like contrast. That could be like more emotional with it. I don't know.
More character, I'd say, in all of it, because as far as the solo works by Bach go, just one is one of the more obvious ones. So when you play it, you have to mean every note and every gesture in it. There are times when you do, and then there are times when you kind of just slug through whatever the text is so you can get to the next portion in which you feel that you can give everything. So can we do just one more time? You still have to be thinking in terms of tone, pitch, and rhythm, but let's see how those three entities can contribute to much brighter characters. So the very start was fantastic. I think that tone-wise, you need to match it's the cadence, the brightness of the very opening instead of deflating on it. Oops, sorry, I touched things. Now, what gives the energy of the opening?
The bow and the like the tone and the I forget what
The bow stroke?
sort of. It's like
I think it's the rhythm, Ella. Yeah. Because you start with just yum bum bum ba ba bum bum bum. It has the re-energizing of the rhythm there. So can you play that with even greater excitement? Let the rhythm also add to it. So the tone on the up bow. Oh, Penny,
oh.
she's found a new toy there. Do you want me to put that away? I can hide it in the.
It's fine.
Oh, can you go back and play with
You're
it?
heavy.
Yeah, he's big. He's not that heavy, but he's big. Yeah. I'll put that in the closet.
It's fine.
Oh. Can you open the closet door there?
I don't know where the closet is.
Well, it's right in front of you. Yes. Yeah. So we'll just put it there. Okay. So the tone and the rhythm come together with the bow strokes, right? Because you don't. So. Start lower on the bow, L. So it's like broad. Yes. I need to stop because too many things happened. Sustain. So the tone is going to stay the same on the three notes. The thing is that the third note is short, followed by silence. So that's what's going to make that natural taper. For you don't need to help it because it interrupts the line. Now, you hear also how the tone has to blossom on the tone on the top note, which also comes with this. Well, it's a slight pulsing on this. That's not in the style. It still has to bounce and yeah. It gets very light on this. So go with the broader bow strokes. Yes, and so the G sharp is short. So again, don't diminuendo on F sharp. That's it. Hey, do you want to put it in context all together? Should give you a sense of great control when you play like that. Whoa, Lenny just changed our video here.
Oh, wow.
So, wow, flying cat. Hey,
Sorry.
yes. Okay. Ella, can you divide your bow a little bit more evenly because you yes. One more time. Lower on the bow is where you need to start. Yes. Try it a little bit slower. These are a lot of changes. It's better. You still don't like it? Well, do one more time sensitizing with let's start on that. So these guys have to be still in part of the bow where you can brush them. So we don't really make diminuendos on any of the bows. It's just that we shorten the bow strokes and we have silences. So that's how we get the articulations. Yes. No diminuendo though. Right. You want to try a little bit quicker on it? Yeah, in that fifth. So for me, I know that I actually need to supinate my hand a little bit extra to get it in tune. That's for my shape. you need to find what exactly your shape requires. So you need to be playing a little bit lower on this G string.
Oh.
It's still not in tune. Yeah, so you have to aim the finger kind of right in between the two strings. And usually it also implies slightly higher hand position. More extended finger, yes. What will happen if you plop it just a little bit more extended like that? Let's see. It's too sharp, so yeah. So basically, when you do this, you use better area of the finger, and it's just one point is on this end of the nail, the other one is on the other end of the nail, and they end up being on the straight. Yes. So yeah. So that's what I gauge when I place the finger for fifths. That's better. Yeah, and in my case, the flatter I put the finger down, the more extended with more meat, the better my chance to hit the 15th tune. Yeah, and you can vibrate the fifths, but not with wide vibrato. They sound kind of gross when it's so just the idea of pulsing. Yes, that's much better. Okay, so detail to make consistent. Now, can we go into the first episode? Okay, now this one we talked earlier from previous lessons that the articulations were going to be longer than the opening because that's your solo part. So you don't have to be super loud and super projecting. Just change the character a little bit. Lovely. Yeah, it could be just a tad faster with a tad more sparkle in it. Yeah, and you know Bach. I'm just imagining. I think the concert is going to be at the FEC recital hall. Although we will get a much better recording if we do it in Northern. But solo Bach is played not only in small places like this room. When Lina Ibragimova, do you know that name? You should, because she's probably one of the most talented violinists of the current active generation of artists. She lives in London, but she's well, she's Russian, but I don't know from which of the republics. And when she was like 16, 17 years old, she played all solo Bach in Royal Albert Hall. Do you know how enormous that spot, that place is? It's the biggest hall I've been in my life. It can accommodate up to 7,000 people. It's humongous. It's enormous. And for you to be one single violin on the stage and playing solo Bach in that, imagine how big a personality you need to have to make it work. So it doesn't have to be so tiny little bitchy. Yeah. So can we do that little episode one more time? Kind of gauge for maybe not Royal Albert Hall, but let's say at least for Northern. That's really good. Now let's go on. I know it repeats, but let's play it. So we have continued. Wait. So that fifth is also a problem. Again, for my shape, if I just place my first finger like this, I know that I have pretty good chance of getting it. If I place it like this, I have a zero chance of getting it in joint. And now this is also probably one of the very few places when I'm actually supporting from underneath like this. Yeah, and then right after I'm done with that, I let go. Yes. The drill is not clean. And we need to hear the movement. Yes. Yeah, this should sound almost like a folk instrument on that trill.
Yeah.
Yay. The notes of termination on the trill are there's something funny about it. So keep them. So the notes of termination are actually written out. So the way you trill has to make sense with the termination notes as a group. Yeah, and those termination notes, yes, they belong to the trill, not da-da-ram, pam, because it's one gesture, this whole thing. There's still a little bit, yes. And you know, Ella, there, don't plop the bow from the air there. A little bit more control. But yeah, real dead. This guy. Yes. Right. No diminuendos. No, so it's not a crescendo either. You just have to maintain the contact with the string, but then it's a short note. So it has to tear off tara pa 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 pa. Yes. Yeah. You don't have to lift here because you're on a down bow. You're too high on the bow to lift it, but you need to pause. No, stay on the string. You see the bow releases suddenly, but it doesn't come off the string. Because the next note will be an accident if you do that. This needs to start from the string. Yes, and this way you can use more bow because you don't have to try to be in the lower half to do that. Going on. Now, can this one be played in a very enticing way? Imagine that we're trying to get bubbles to come here for something. Just come here, I'm going to give you a treat. again. Let's not do a crescendo. You hear da da hum pa pa da 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 hum pa 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 pa. So. Right. Yes. Can we do that one more time, Ella? Because I'm still hearing a few false diminuendos that are taking place. This is musically, I'm not satisfied. Can you repeat what you did previously when we were talking about the enticing? So the first note needs to have some vibrato. But no. Okay. So do you think that is that the interesting part or the changing part? Right. So I wouldn't go. So let's make that the light part. Vibrato on the first note. Yes. We got two statements going on. They're contrasting. Right? This is one statement. Now, this is answer. Now, again, new statement. New statement. So, wherever we have those new statements, do not connect them with no daylight to what is before. You need to breathe. Your bone needs to breathe. The music needs to breathe right there. Are you aware of what you're doing? Mm-hmm. Okay. And just one. You have to breathe there. Can we indicate those in your music? Where are we? Okay. So right here, we put. So we need to put a little bit of breakage. And this one also you're already naturally doing it here, but the next one is here. It has to have just a little bit of break. Are you getting tired? You're getting frustrated for some reason. Hello. What's happening?
I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it, but I'm trying to do it.
Okay, do it slower. If you cannot do it after tempo, just make it at the level at which you could do those things, okay? Hey, why do you think I practice? Because I need to fix exactly the same things in my own playing. And if I get frustrated and give up midway through this, nothing will get done. This is the normal process of work. There's nothing against what you're doing. You sound terrific. So let's just slow it down a little bit so you can control it and think that fast. We need to kind of change the thinking about this. So, oh,
It'll mark it.
okay, so we want to be a little bit less on these guys. So you need really to regroup right here. So I'm making this a little bit bigger so it's an indication. Please don't march straight into that. So that's one statement. So statement in the sub-statement, and then a completely different statement. Check the finger shapes. So square third finger, right, for the E, and then extended first finger. First should be extended for that, right? Exactly. Yes. And now, Ella, this particular thing is such an outrageous piece of writing for the violin, don't you think? With the open strings, with this, with such a strong dissonance, so insistently being brought out. So don't be polite on it. It's supposed to sound bright and big. Give yourself more support. Yes. Okay, we still have some accidents, and it just hesitates when it's not supposed to hesitate. So this is great. With the half position, what you're doing here is absolutely fantastic. I could do that well. So consider this being in forte. And then retake because this is it's like, okay, we reached this big consonance, this big dissonance, but I'm not done with it. I want to rub it in the face of the audience a little bit, so. Or if you don't want to challenge them that way, you might say, I really want to make sure that they're hearing that, and I want to indulge everybody in this incredibly beautiful dissonant harmony. Right. Right. And a little bit more in time. Ella. Yeah, the note you play on the bow has to be quicker and lighter, so you don't want to delay the resolution. Now, if the bow is too close to the fingerboard, when you're doing this, it won't work. So your friend is closer to the bridge, heavier bow, brighter sound. All hair, yes, flat hair. Yeah, and not very long trill. So just tra ta ta tra ta ta. That's the trill. Right. Try to be a little bit longer on the bow. So. And you don't have to overhold the F sharp. don't get stuck in the tip. Do you see how that is different from what you were doing? You're doing. You don't have power. That's why the strings are making that funny noise, because it takes a lot of pressure to get that to not squeak like that in the other half. So now, just while you can roll higher on the bow, but can you try just starting it closer to the frog? From the string? Yes. Now, your trill needs to be a little bit better organized toward the end of it. Can you do one or two fewer drops? No, you need to start from above, but yes. So with the bow, we will remain alone on the A string. It has to be on the C. Yes. So that's what will save you from the squeaks. Yes. You want to put it in context. Go slow. Retake. That should be with the retake. Better bow division though, yeah. And let's start lower on the bow, because that's weak. You need to start it lower on the bow here. Okay, now let's go on to the next episode. You realize you're playing it at a slower tempo, and that's actually in real life as well. So the tempo will have to stay the tempo of the refrain. For now, you can play it slower, just so you can think about the articulations and the new things you learned today. But ultimately, it will have to be in the tempo of the rest of the piece. Mm-hmm. That's the chord. So. Okay, now this is. What is the most uncomfortable thing about this section?
Probably the extended first finger to the tritone.
Oh,
And then
no,
the
left hand, you're doing just fine. I'm not worried at all about the left hand. But what about the bow? What's uncomfortable about it? It keeps getting you stuck at the tip, doesn't it? So you need to have places where your bow travels to the frog in order to accommodate the mixed bowings, right? So where are those places where you need to get to?
Probably after the slurs, like.
How about the note before the slur? So that has to be light and long enough with the bow.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, to take you to that place. Now, with that in mind, let's see if with that coordination you can fix this section. We need to talk about the part before that. So this is a whole lot better. Now, Ella, we will do an experiment. Don't worry about lightening the bow on the free note after the slur. Just use a lot of bow. I mean, it will be with a false accent and all that, but I want you to feel the speed of the bow, the physical motion for this, without having to worry about the false accents that it brings. So in other words, so that's actually too soon. Sorry. No. You understand what I'm talking about?
Save my
Yes.
bow on this.
No, you don't have to save your bow on the slurs. You have to travel a lot on the note before the slur. Sorry, I missed that as well. But now you can start that in a part of the bow wherever. I have been practicing that when I've learned the piece wrong all this time. And this little trick that I'm showing you, I discovered when I had to learn the Brandenburg 4. So I need to kind of re-practice, you know. Here we're in the clear, right? So can we do that one more time? It's easier when you look at the music, because that way you can anticipate when exactly the bow has to travel. Now, Ella, do you understand what I'm asking you to do? So it's the note before. So here you have to travel on this. Now we don't need to circle them for real. I'm just bringing your attention. Then for this entire passage here, you stay in a place that's comfortable. You don't need to be down here on the bow and suffer for all the duration of all these notes. You stay where you are, and then when you get to this note, that's when you really travel, so you can accommodate this. And then you travel on this one, and then on this one. So do it a much slower motion so you can actually feel those things. the upper half. Move upper half. Upper half. Yes, and now because you've got such a good instinct, you're actually not doing the false accents. You're already compensating. And now, do you hear how much better your sound is and how much more even things are? So that's how this needs to be. Do you want to try slightly faster?
Is it
Same. Yes, same thing as before. And yes. So make sure that the eighth note before takes you to a place where you, same principle. Exactly. Yes. Now, obviously, the tempo needs to speed up. When you start doing these guys, skipping over to the D string on these up bows is not very. Yes, that. Okay, going on in tempo. Yeah, this one can be because it's no diminuendo.
Whoa.
Much better. Now let's go on. Okay, and remember Robert Albert, Royal Albert concert hall. Yeah. So. So every note is bigger than life for this.
Okay.
Oh, I see. That's the ear. Yes. Yes. You should feel a real physical freedom in the bow arm. Ella, those up bows, there's something not quite coordinated with the left hand in terms of pitch and timing. So it has to be better. That's better. Oui. Yeah, and no rushing on the eighth notes. So take your time. Right. Yeah, and don't hesitate so much. Start right away in tempo. Just So if that off note comes late, that's when it sounds labored. So it needs to come out of it right away. Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ella, it's not a question of playing everything faster. It's a question of fixing the proportions in a tempo. Da-da-da-pa-pa-da-da-pa-pa. Oh, I see.
It's the second note that I keep slowing
Yeah.
down.
Because you're getting stuck at the chip.
Mm.
So, yes, that's your bow stroke. It needs to have that bounciness. It's always the third one, and I know it's super uncomfortable this morning. So, are you holding the lower finger down? The one on the A string? You shouldn't. You shouldn't. So for some reason, your articulation and your tempo is very different here compared to what you're doing here. They have to be more similar. That's better.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. But don't get caught in the chip. Ella, go slowly, much. Slowly with better distribution. So you have to leave enough bow for the off note. For this one. So how much bow am I using for the free note?
Okay.
I'm budgeting that much, and then that's not different from the rest, because this one needs to take you back to the part where you started, and then you want to be here closer to the frog for the start of that. Not enough bow for the free note. Do you want to try quicker? Again, this sounds a little bit timid. I know this is the most uncomfortable passage of the entire preludio. What can you do to make it again worthy of Frau Albert Hall? Near the bridge, you mean?
Well,
yes, and yeah, and just play with much more presence on it. Not like I need to get to the refrain there, but just make it matter.
Do I do it again?
What do you think? Okay. Okay, so except for one out of tune note, it was really great. yeah, with just kind of gutsy sound and singing through the lines and with such conviction. That's what needs to be. And let's finish. Let's play the last statement. So this has to be the most joyous of all of them. Yeah. Yeah. So Ella, why does that accident happen? Because this is not the first time this accident has happened, and it's a conceptual thing. So even when we put space, you shouldn't be lifting your bow if you're above the middle of the bow. Okay, so this starts from the string, up down, right. Yes, so that way, just lift. Yes, there is a lift after the F sharp, but you can control the placement of the bow. So there could be quite a bit of space between the last two notes. So real placement. Right. So just yes, has to be with good amount of right. Wait. Yes, I know it feels very strange when you have to take that much amount of weighting, but you will hear on the recording that it actually makes a lot of musical sense and closes the movement. We're done. Yay! Okay, so let's do the scans now.
Okay.